We're Hayley and Jake. This is Finnley, and this is our van that we're calling home as we drive from Vancouver, Canada to Cancun, Mexico. We've made our way through Washington, crossed into Oregon, and now we're heading east to the Columbia River Gorge.
The Columbia River Gorge was formed millions of years ago by a combination of volcanic activity and post-ice age flooding. The Columbia River is the largest in the area and has gradually sculpted the landscape around it, carving canyon walls with scenic overlooks and beautiful waterfalls. That's a really powerful waterfall.
Join us as we explore the beautiful Columbia River Gorge.
Today, we'll be following the historic Route 30 along the river, starting just outside of Portland.
We're at the first stop along the drive. We are at the Vista House. It's got some beautiful views of the gorge, so let's go out and have a look.
The gorge was a natural guide for the First Nations peoples, and later for explorers and settlers from the eastern United States. The most famous of these were Lewis and Clark.
So the Vista House was originally built as a rest stop for folks traveling along the Columbia River Gorge back in like the 1930s. It's a very elaborate rest house basically, and it's also supposed to be a tribute to the first pioneers.
The Columbia River takes a 1,200-mile route from the height of the Canadian Rockies to the Pacific Ocean. It travels south through British Columbia and Washington. It then heads west to the Pacific Ocean, creating the Washington-Oregon state border. The river drains more water into the Pacific than any other river in North or South America.
So there's lots of waterfalls along this road, so we're gonna go do some waterfall chasing now. So there's been a lot of rain for the entire time that we have been in both Washington and Oregon. But the plus side is it makes the waterfalls look really pretty because of all the water.
We have to change now.
How was it?
That's a really powerful waterfall.
There is a lot of traffic trying to get into Multnomah Falls. We are here at 1:30 on a Saturday, so makes sense. There it is. We got parking at Multnomah Falls. So this is the famous waterfall that's in the area. It's the tallest in Oregon.
I think it's 620 feet tall.
It's very rainy outside, but let's go up and see it. We're just heading up to the bridge.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's really, really like flowing water. Where we parked, it is safe parking.
Built in 1909, the Bonneville Fish Hatchery works to help declining fish populations in the Columbia River Basin. This is also the home of Herman the sturgeon, Oregon's most iconic fish. He is 11 feet long, weighs 500 pounds, and is over 80 years old. He was once the star of the Oregon State Fair, but now he spends his retired days here at the hatchery.
We're back at the van. We got caught in a hailstorm, so we're gonna take 5 minutes and make some food and hot chocolate and warm back up. So this is Bridge of the Gods. Not quite sure why.
We continued following the road along the gorge and reached Hood River as the sun went down.
Good morning from Hood River. Hood River is a city on the east of the Columbia River Gorge. It looks very pretty and it looks like a great spot to just come vacation for the weekend. It's full of wineries and shops, and it also has a lot of nice views of the gorge and the surrounding hills. It's a bit late in the season right now and it's quite rainy, so we're not going to give Hood River the time it deserves. We're going to head on to Bend, but it does look like a beautiful little area to come stay when the weather's a little nicer.
The drive south was beautiful. Along the way, we encountered our first winter conditions of the trip.
So I guess we didn't research our route as well as we should have. We didn't realize the drive to Bend was going to be snowy mountain passes. But the van's been handling really well in the snow. We took the Mount Hood Scenic Byway. It's an absolutely beautiful stretch of highway winding through the forest and the mountains. We just stopped to get some gas and to make some food, and then we'll keep going. Finnley's here as well, snuggled up on the couch. Hey, bud.
For dinner this evening, we have a lovely dose of oatmeal served with muesli. And for dessert, we have a hot chocolate on the left with a slight drizzle of caramel, possibly maple syrup as well, as we do have that as a Canadian delicacy.
Oh my goodness.
Maple syrup would actually be good with this. I'm gonna get some.
Remember your ration?
As a true Canadian, you always know, never leave home without your maple syrup.